Okay, recording number 2. Yeah, sorry, I had an interruption last time. So I tried to record the video, but I had an interruption. But this time I don't think I will have any, but I can't guarantee anything. Okay. Back to the subject at hand. As is an MRI picture of epilepsy within the brain, usually caused by seizure, tumor, stroke, various other diseases and conditions. Anyways, if anyone doesn't know what epilepsy is, it's the repetition of seizures. Seizures are electrochemical discharges within the brain that cause different things. So, anyways, I'll talk about seizures first before we get on to actual epilepsy. So let's go on to it. Epilepsy is caused by, seizures are caused by electrochemical discharges within the brain. So we've got that part down. Alright. Now, this usually is occurred when something happens within the brain that makes neurons react at an extremely quick pace when it's technically not supposed to. Now, this might happen randomly, spontaneously, or like spontaneous combustion of the brain, but not exactly. I don't know if you guys can hear me there or not. I'm just checking something real quick from a little bit of a farther away place from the computer. Now, there we go. Alright. Well, there are a bunch of different types of seizures, but I'll cover 3. The first one is tonic-clonic, which is the most well-known. The tonic-clonic is the tonic phase. You drop unconscious, and your muscles start to tense. Your jaw shuts. The hard tension and stuff. You might bite your tongue, cheek, other various parts of your mouth that might bleed. So you might taste blood after regaining conscious. And then your eyes might roll back to the back of your head, but that's most things. Now, the clonic phase is where your muscles start to jerk like crazy. You've probably seen it before. Well, not seen it, but you've seen what I'm talking. You've heard or seen about it. What I'm talking about: constant jerking or shaking of different muscular tissue. It's strange, weird. People used to be locked up in asylums because people saw them doing that. That was way back when we didn't understand it. There are some treatments for epilepsy, but nothing permanent, unfortunately. And there's stuff that can help seizures as well. Let's move on to the next one. Absent mind. You've always had those moments. You just zone out in the middle of class, daydream or something, think about something. Like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to play? What am I going to watch? Am I just going to take a me day once I get off work or get out of school? By the way, you're allowed to say anything you want to react to anything I say about this and what you think of what my information I'm giving. Okay? Bryn,
What?
did you hear me?
Well, yes, I can hear you.
No, I asked you can put your input in what I'm saying if you'd like.
Oh, I wasn't really listening.
Exactly, I said if you'd like, so you don't have to. But I might ask you at the end of the video. Okay. Anyways, back to... Okay. Anyways, this is gonna go on the group channel, of course. Basically, what I'm saying is this and this and that and that and alright, so you zone out and stuff like that. You've had those moments, right? You just zone out in school and you think about something, like red versus blue. Maybe, I don't know. Or games. TV. Said this before. And then you kind of come back when the teacher or your boss catches you or whatever. Or you just randomly wake up from it. Technically, it's not even sleeping. But in this case, it's you falling unconscious and staring into deep space without doing anything very regular or anything like that. You just stare into deep space where you look like you're zoning out, staring at something. Technically, some people might think that's a seizure, but you just zone out sometimes. Not many people picture it as that. A lot of school teachers just image it as, well, okay, he's just zoning out. It's fine, nothing weird, just gonna get on his case about it. Alright, let's go on to something else then. Let's go to the complex partial, which means part of your brain is conscious while the other part is not. Usually during complex ones, you're mostly not conscious yourself. Well, conscious of your actions, exactly. Not exactly. But, regular actions in this is basically just performing a strange or regular action. For example, just walking around aimlessly, doing nothing, just walking, or just sitting down, looking around, turning your head. You might keep a blank stare. And other ones include unclothing yourself, so taking off your clothing, all that. Weird. But some people just might think you're drunk. If you're at a bar and you have one of these, more than likely people are going to think you're drunk, or they're just seeing things. And it's kind of funny because you don't remember anything from that moment. You might. It's not 100% that you won't, but you might. Couple different people.
There's a mod, Tomageddon. That means if you shoot a car or try and drive it, it goes all over the place. Like this.
Carmageddon was a video game. Anyways.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. Anyways.
I cannot hear you right now.
Okay, epilepsy is, well, just the repetition of these seizures happening, so you'll have it more than once in your life. Some people have seizures just once in their life, just don't fret about it, it just happens normally. So you're just like, okay, just happens just once in your life, one day, let's just say one day. Don't go rushing to the doctor unless you think it's something serious. You can if you'd like, don't take me on that. If you think it's serious, go ask your doctor about it. They'll check you. There's plenty of tests. They usually take an MRI of your brain. And then, or CAT scan. Or PET. Random stuff. Okay. What else was I going to say? Anyway, well, strange to a lot of people. As I was saying before, people were thrown in mental prisons, and stuff like that. But going on to something else. Elizabeth, I think Queen Elizabeth, one of them. There's plenty of them. I think the second was someone with it. Julius Caesar had epilepsy. Vincent van Gogh, you would probably know him from Doctor Who. You just know his awesome artwork. He was thrown in a mental asylum. Yeah. Well, anyways, back onto the regular stuff. Let's what's it? What was I going to say? Alright, well, there's many treatments to this. Drugs, stuff like that. And then there's a very risky surgery they can perform. If you're really that worried about it, no drugs are working, then ask for it. Eh, as long, usually you don't need the first aid. Possibly the two that you might want to in this context might be tonic clonic, and I can't remember the other one. But usually you don't have to. Just when people have tonic clonic, they might not breathe that well, so they might pass out while they're passed out. Anyway, suffocate to death. So you might want to keep that. So when they're back to consciousness, semi-consciousness, don't try and mess with them. Don't put anything in the mouth. Nothing at all. Don't try to restrain them. Restraining won't help at all, and it might cause yourself to get injured as well as the other person, causing maybe muscular too much work for the muscle. Just don't restrain them. Don't try and do anything if you're not a professional. Just don't call an ambulance unless they're unconscious, even though they're conscious in a way. So if they're suffocating, then give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation until an ambulance arrives. If they ask for it, or a few other things that happen, you'll know when you need to. You don't need to do it right afterwards. Sometimes tonic-clonics are just there. They just happen. It's not really big of a deal. Alright. Let's go on to something else. Anyways, these different things happen. You know that. Epilepsy, like I said, has many different cures, drugs mainly, but there's also that surgery, which is high risk. They might not even do it because it's in a spot in your brain where they don't feel like it's gonna be very nice. So, just don't try and get epileptic drugs off the store, rigs, and everything. Try and ask your doctor about it. See if you actually have it. It might just you have 2 or 3 in your life. Doesn't really matter. You might have them once a month. That's probably going to be epilepsy. If you know you have epilepsy and you usually have tonic-clonic, do not watch flashing high strobe light. For examples, LSD emulator, the Polygon episode from Pokemon. But that's banned anyway, so who cares? And don't blink rapidly. You can blink, but just don't blink rapidly, like crazy. Or try to put your face with very different hands in front of your face, so you have like a flashing image in front of your face. Just don't do it. Usually strobe lights is what causes certain things. Might just be random. Just something happens. But that's that. That's that. So if you have any problems, you think you have epilepsy, ask a professional about it. Hospital, they'll MRI you, CAT scan, many different things. Don't worry about CAT scans and stuff. They're not gonna really do anything. CAT scan I had before. I had a lot of gas in my lower abdomen, and I had a cyst right by my bladder, which is a gather of fluids and other stuff. But I'm fine now because apparently it's disappeared, just gone. They when the CAT scanned me again, it was just gas pains the second time I went in. But CAT scans good, MRI's better. Never had an MRI myself. But just listen to your professional and do it as they say, within reason, of course. Well, I hope this helped you guys and gals out. Have a nice day.